Alrighty, what's going on? Peeps, what's going on? Let's check this and just make sure we got audio. Looks like it should be good, but let's just find out ourselves. Let's just find out. I mean, are we live? It shows that we are. I don't know though. I am not sure. Let's get back out of here. Oh, I don't know why it created two lives. Don't know why it did that. We'll fix that, I guess. We'll fix that in a minute. All right. Fix that, I guess. So we are live. There we go. All right, let's see what happens here. See what done happened. So we pushed all the way up into the 617s. What has the ES done? 45.30. I mean, not much really, right? Just kind of chopping around. This is not looking like great action since I left this morning. More movement in the NAS, for sure. ES kind of just held up this level here. I guess it did pull back to the 03s, then back to the 28s. I guess it did have a nice little 25-point move there. So we're kind of hanging out here at the top, looks like. The perceived top. So let's just wait. Maybe setting up for another breakout, possibly. Kind of choppy action though. Is it time to short? Let's check with Mancini. Let's see what he's had to say this afternoon. Check with Mancini. He says, excuse me. Today, 45.25 was his first target. ES off 45.03, 44.97 buy zone, and ES certainly agrees with Penn here for 4 hours now. Setting up a break as posted. Just keep trailing up stops on longs risk-free. 45.32, 42 up next. Breakout to the 70 starts after. 45.03 must hold. Must hold. So that's what he says. Trying to get a little breakout here, maybe. I don't know. This looks like Kind of a breakout. All right, volume coming in here.
Order filled.
All right, we're going to participate here. So I'm going to put my stop under the bottom of this candle here. That is my target. Holy cow. See if we can target this high day here. All right, we got it at break even. It's 5 handles almost to the good, so I want to see it go here. You know what? I'm going to leave my stop down here. Right there. Kind of a failed breakout there. Want to see it hold that little trend line there. Maybe turn that into some support and then push up. Don't love the way the water looks, but we're going to give it a little time here, see if it'll work out. Yeah, it's trying to push up into the 27s there. Pulling back now into the 26s.
Order filled.
All right, we're just going to kill it. Let's see. We're going to switch over to the mini. We don't have a whole lot of drawdown on this account, so maybe like $200. So we're going to try to get this back like $115 at a time here. Find some entries if we can. He is pulling back here to the 25s. Let's get this low to low trend line kind of in here too. Kind of trying to break through that trend line there. Just realizing right before I took the trade where we're at. So I want to see a push back up here. And then we could potentially take a short. So I'd like to see a little push back up in the above the whole number there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. A little push back up, back above the whole number here, or retest the 600, 605, the bottom of this trend line, and then maybe we could participate. We're getting a little bit of a pushback up here. We do have to be a little careful because we don't have very much drawdown on this account. So if this first one isn't a winner, then yeah. ES pushing back up into the 24s after tapping 22. Wanted a little more of a push up than that. I don't seem to be getting it so far. Let's put in a proper B leg and then we'll participate short here. All right, I'm going to look for a little quick 5 handles here. If we don't get it, if this volume disappears, I'm going to kill it quick. Yeah.
Order filled.
All right, I had to just kill that quick. Didn't put in the proper B leg like I wanted. Sell trying to come through and trick me there. Try to trick me. Should have been patient, waited for that B leg. So I know it's probably going to push back into that 604, 605 area, probably. Maybe not quite that high, but wanted it to retest the 600 there. Let's see exactly what we do got. Oh, $136. Not a lot, guys. Not a lot. Next trade needs to be a winner. Needs to be a winner. See if we can get this C leg down. Kind of surprised we're not pushing back above that 600 level. Usually that first push below doesn't really stick, but I guess we have kind of, yeah, we pushed up and down a few times here, so I guess it doesn't matter. This is not the first push below. Didn't really think about that. Kind of been above it, below it, above it, below it a few times here. A few times. Waiting for this proper C leg. That's what we're waiting on. Something along those lines. Dun, 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 dun. ES pushing back up into the 25s there. Just being patient here, trying to wait for the C leg, see if we get it. I mean, this thing could just push back up, but stay below 602, 603, then I feel okay about it. Start getting above there, then probably going to change our bias. All right, testing the 600 level here. So ES just pulled back to the 22, bounced right off there, back up to the 25 now. Just waiting patiently, waiting patiently. Kind of like A leg down, B leg up, C leg down. It's kind of what we're thinking, but not there yet. $97.07.
Order filled.
All right, we're going to take the short here. I'm going to move my target down a little bit. Thinking maybe this 80 area. We'll try 80. Well, it's not going to matter.
Stop.
Ah! Let's try to move the stop up. Darn it. Now we got so little drawdown left, we're going to take it on the micros. Should have moved my stop first, I guess.
Order filled.
Oh. So 98. I think we're going to target maybe 70. Not going to put a stop in. We only got $35, so if this trade doesn't work, it's going to pop this account. So see if we can get this moved down into the 70. That'll give us a little room. Kind of like this setup, we swept the liquidity to the upside. We've had a shift in market structure to the downside here, so we should theoretically get this move down. First target really would be 82, but I'm thinking this swing low here, 70. Once we pass through the 82 area, I'll put my break-even stop in. This kind of sucks because this is what I wanted to take with the mini, but I didn't get my stop moved in time. Plus, it might have stopped me out anyway. I don't know. Computer's lagging. Something's lagging. Feels bad because that'd be a $200 winner right there on the mini, but as would have it. All right, we can't afford to let this come back up, so We'll lock in 5 handles. I guess, what is that, $10? Not much. If you guys don't know what this setup is, this is the silver bullet setup. I'm going to push through that 82 level. That should give me pretty much confidence that we're going to make it to the 70. But like I said, we may get stopped out because we're going to have to trail this kind of tight here. So locking in $16 there. I'll leave my stop there if we don't get stopped out until we break through the 79. Once we break through the 79, I'll move it to this swing low at 85. How's it going, Predator? ES testing the 22s. VWAP down at 18s there on the ES. VWAP way down at the 35s on the NAS. All right, come on, get down to that 79 level so we can lock in a little more. All right, we're going to call that close enough. Like I said, might get stopped out, but normally wouldn't trail it this close, but we don't have much choice. VWAP all the way down there at 35. If we don't get stopped out here, we might be able to see VWAP here. It looks like we might get stopped. Locking in $26 there. $26. There comes some buyers, so let's see if this B leg. Actually, it's not a B leg. This is still kind of your C leg down here. Want to see it continue. Might just kill it if it looks like it's going to bounce.
Order filled.
I was just gonna log it in there so I get a little more room on the drawdown there. So we're at $65. Sometimes you gotta fight. You gotta fight. One trade at a time to keep it going. Kind of sucks because that's the trade I wanted to take on the mini, and that would have given us a nice little $300 winner to give us some room, but didn't get to move my stop in time, and I don't know whether it would have mattered. ES kind of held up there at the 21, 22 area. So that's the thing about, like, you know, like I try to tell you guys, any of these strategies that you're using, I mean, really, every one of them is just a pullback strategy. That's all they are. It's just a pullback strategy. So that's your A leg down, your B leg up, C leg down. And that is the silver bullet. Of course, we swept the high, made a new high. Market structure shift to the downside. This low is lower than this low. That's all it is. That's all any of it is. Thanks, Predator. Do wish I could have held that one a little longer because not moving my stop on that one. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit the 70, maybe even the 50 down here. Well, we can't really re-enter. We just have to wait for our next opportunity to take another trade. The only way we could re-enter is if it kind of pushed back up, revisited this area once more, offered us a second opportunity, then we could take it. ES pulling back into the 21 area there. VWAP on the ES down at 18. You guys heard that noise? I don't know why Quant Tower does that. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does anybody know? All right, we're getting a little pushback up here. ES bounced off that 21 area. Could probably consider a long on the ES above 27, but I wouldn't want to take one before then. Break of 27, you might see high day, but I feel like we got more room here to the downside to go. Feels like more room to the downside to go. So if you are still currently short, you kind of want to see this hold that 95 area. You could wick above it, but you really want to see the body of the candle stay below that 95. That's what I would like to see if I was still short. You see, pretty simple, pretty clear short entry there. I mean, you could have taken that first breakthrough if you wanted to, but kind of broke through here, retested, turned that into resistance, and then sold off. Now again here, this is equivalent to your pullback, you know, same thing. It's equivalent to a pullback. If you were long, you'd be looking for this in the other direction, but I want to see this break back through here, take out the low of the previous candle, the previous green candle. So like as soon as it broke through the body at 80. So right here, you could consider another short. And you'd move this up. So if another green candle prints, we would just continue to move this up to the previous green candle. We break back above, like I said, I think if we get above 605 here, then you could probably look for a long into the high of day. That always has the potential to happen, but let's just see what happens here. Maybe you can see it a little clearer on the 1 minute. Just kind of whoop, just like so. So if this red candle kind of came down, broke the low of this candle here, then we would be looking to get short again, assuming that the WADA supports it. Mob Barley, how's it going? There's an update available for Quantower. Oh, really? Nice. That thing's been beeping at me forever. Now the question is, how do I update Quantower? I assume I must click over here. Probably says something over here. New version? That must be what it is. We'll do that at the end of the day. Pretty sure it's this new version thing here. All right, yeah, I was wondering. I keep hearing that sound. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. So now we move this up one more candle. So we're just looking for the break of the low of that candle. And we could take a short. I mean, this doesn't get any more elementary than this, right? This is just taking it back to basics on these entries here. Taking it back to basics. Sometimes using the basics is the easiest way. We're seeing some buy volume come in here, trying to push this thing back up. Again, just be patient, wait. See if it offers the short opportunity. If it doesn't, if it gets above 05, then we'll consider some longs. Now, why are we saying 05? This will kind of close out this gap. You got a little bit of an order block here. You know. I kind of feel like it's probably going to sell down, but I don't know. So let's just wait and see if this offers us our setup. It's nothing simpler than just drawing some lines on the chart and just using those, right? So let's see, this would have you short right there at the 87s. This one would have you short at the same spot. So setup's kind of the same on the 3 minute and the 1 minute there. Now, you know, obviously this isn't foolproof, right? It does fail. So if we lose here, it's just a part of it. This is kind of the strategy I used to trade when I first started trading, and I still use it sometimes for sure. All you're doing is just looking for a 2-to-1 risk to reward on this right here, and if it works half the time, then you're good to go. You are good to go. Yes, pushing up to the 25s here. Trying to look. I thought I hear a noise coming from somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Sounds like somebody talking. Not watching anything though, so I don't know. Strange. All right, so we're starting to get a little push down. You can see on the 1 minute chart, we're kind of already trying to break through the level of this last closed candle here. I'm going to leave this here though for confirmation. And I'm watching the WADA. I want to see the WADA get above that explosion line there with some red cell volume. That will kind of give me the confirmation that we need if we're going to take a short. Seems like we're still pushing though. All right, watching here. Just watching the WADA. Not giving it to us yet. All right, there it is. I'm going to take the short. We're going to lock in some profitos here because we've got very little drawdown. Very little drawdown.
Stop fill.
Stopped out there for what, 5 handles? Can't even hover my mouse over it. All right, 4 handles, basically. You could still be short here. Obviously, I don't have much drawdown, so I have to do what I got to do, right? $72. We're up to $72. Getting a little room. We get it to 100, and we can switch over to a mini and put a 5-handle stop loss. That was pretty easy read, guys. That was a very easy read. You can see you could still be short for sure, but that's the simplest thing to do. And look at the WADA. So all I waited for was for that first one to print above, or second one to print above the explosion line, and boom, we entered. I mean, trading does not get any easier than that. All the way down into the 70s once again. So from our entry right there at the 89 down to the 77, nice 10-point winner, 12-point winner at this point. Like I said, you got room all the way down here, maybe to the 54, 55 area if you wanted to hold it, but I'd lock in some gains. Lock in some gains if you so desired. You got the pivot point at 54. That could be a target. ES back down to the 21 here. Sometimes you don't have to be fancy with trading. Just draw a couple trend lines. It breaks it, you take it. Simple. Still going. Feels bad there. I wish I had more room on this account, but I just don't. We could be a little more flexible with the next trade. No problem, Predator. No problem. Appreciate it. Like I said, this breakout breakdown strategy is pretty simple. That's the thing, like when I've tested all these other strategies and I've tried different things, everything turns out, it's just, almost any strategy is just a pullback strategy when you look at it for face value, for what it really is. ICT Silver Bullet, that's this right here. What is it? We shift down, we push back up for a pullback, you enter, and it goes. You know, same thing when we talked about this entry here. I said if I was still short, I'd want to see 95 hold. Where did we trade to? 95. Right to the middle of this order block. Trade back up to 95, sell back off. Now, I didn't enter there off the order block. I entered based off this 1 minute breakdown. So 89, the bottom of that candle was 90. The previous candle there was 90. So as soon as it broke through that and I saw the WADA showing the sell there, we just we took it. And again, we didn't capture the whole move, but that's just because, you know, like I said, kind of build up a cushion here. I could just give up and let this account blow. I mean, we're so close to the drawdown on it, but why? You know, it's like what they say in poker: a chip and a chair, right? That's all you need. It's a chip and a chair. As long as you got a chip and a chair, you got a chance. You got a chance. You could just do this over and over. You could draw another trend line here, wait for this thing to break the body of this candle, 74, with the sellers coming in. You could re-enter. Now, to me, first move and the second move are fine. Once you start getting into that third and fourth pullback, you're kind of getting into a little bit of a danger zone there. So you just want to wait. I would just wait. I wouldn't re-enter here, but you could. So off that initial entry, we traded down 72. Initial entry was up at 98. So 26 handles. I'd imagine this thing probably hits 54. ES never made it to the VWAP, held up right there at the 2050 area. Bouncing back up into the 22s. Buyers coming in pretty strong here. Same concept again. Now you want to see kind of that 85, 90 area hold. You want to turn this bottom of this trend line into kind of resistance. So turn this area into some resistance and maybe continue to move down. Kind of breaks through this area, then you don't like it so much to the downside. Let's check out something while we're waiting here. September the 13th. That's today. All right, here we go. Trying to test that 85.90 area. So kind of coming into the moment of truth here. Are we going to continue down? Or are we going to bounce? So now we got our kind of right there. But if we get above this area here, then, you know, I wouldn't love it at that point. Rejecting it so far, ES up to the 24s. Trading in a nice little channel here. You know, we can just draw all kinds of lines today. Let's just throw them on here. Why not? We don't normally do this, but we're just going to do it. I'm just going to do it today. It's got a nice little channel going here. So test the top, sell back down to the bottom. Test the top, sell back down to the bottom. We're back to elementary school today, but hey, if it works, right? I am a firm believer that any strategy can work. If you can make a strategy work for you with the proper risk to reward, you don't have to win that often. 2.5 to 1 risk to reward. I think you have to win somewhere around 30% of the time to be profitable. To be right at break even, 28, 29%. So you don't have to win all that often. So now we're kind of eyeballing that 83 area. Don't really want this to go much higher than where it's at right now. If it stays below 90, that's okay, but it feels like it's probably going to pop the top off of it there and keep going. So then you'd be looking for a long, right? If we break out, we clear that 600 level, get through the 605. I mean, you could look for a long for the break of this channel, but it would be aggressive. So I was watching the WADA here, watching the 1 minute, see if the sellers come in here. Like I said, on this, the third or fourth one, I don't love it as much. So I don't know if I'll participate here. You make your own decision. So we'll get shorts right. Second candle to print, we would get short. So watching the WADA, we got one red candle print above the explosion, but not a second one yet. So wouldn't take an entry yet. I kind of like to wait for a little confirmation there on the WADA. Couple of green candles coming in there, so now we kind of restart. We wait for a sec. We wait for two red green. Two red candles to print above the WADA, and then we would consider a short. Break out the top of this channel, and then, you know, it's a different story. Just waiting. I think we still got more room to the downside. I really do. A lot of buyers coming in now. Testing the top of the channel there. Let's see. Got that 90 drama going on. Want to stay below that 90 there if we can. All right, I think we're kind of in the area where I don't love a short anymore if this thing kind of holds here. Get back above 600 there. Still, let's just be patient. It's kind of breaking out of this channel over here. Still below that trend line there, this one that we drew earlier. So let's see if that kind of holds it down or not. Buyers are kind of disappearing here. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we get sellers to come in. I don't know if I want to take this or not. All right, we got one above the explosion line. Let's see if we get another.
Order filled.
All right, we're taking it. I'm watching the water here. Locking in 5. Come on, you got more. You got more. Come on. You got it. Come on. Ah.
Stop filled.
All right. Nice and easy, guys. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is just, I mean, it ain't rocket science. Look at the water. Look at that volume. Soon as this is the first one that printed at the explosion, as soon as this one came in, I took the short. I mean, look how easy that is, guys. That's two 10-point winners. Easy peasy. Well, 1, 2, 3 10-point winners. What I'm talking about. Doesn't get any easier than that. No easier than that. And they say trading's hard. What are they talking about? I don't know who they is, but just saying. Just saying. Thing is, you could find these little ABC setups all day long, right? This is effectively an ABC. So this is an ABC. This is an ABC, right? I mean, you can find these all day long. 1 minute chart's a little easier to see. ABC. I mean, you could have taken this play out too to the upside. This technically is your A leg to the upside. A little lower of a B leg. I don't love that. I wouldn't take that, but this is another ABC setup. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. How's it going, Robert? Which indicator is that? WADA. Oh, yeah, it's just WADA. That's all it is. Just what you just said. So if we come over here and we go... Where's my indicators at? Indicator. Saved indicator. That's not what we want. Oh. Okay. You're literally just going to type in, if I can spell it right, WADA. WADA Etar Explosion. Right there. You got a volume 2 and I think I got the volume 2 right here. Simple. You got you got this orange line here that goes up and down with price. That's the explosion line. That blue line's nothing right there. That's just something that I got on my chart. We can hide this. You got a dead man here, which is a dotted blue line. And so all I'm waiting for is for price to push above the explosion line there. And that gives me an idea of which way it's going. So you can see higher volume A. So this is your A leg to the downside. And then your B leg, just want it to be lower volume. So you can see how the B leg volume never really got super consistent, stayed lower than the A leg. And then as soon as you see this red come back in here, I like to wait till the second one prints above the explosion line just for confirmation. Then that would be your entry. You could hold the entry until you have a candle print below the explosion line. Once one prints below it, you can exit or you can move your stop. It's up to you. Simple stuff. Yeah, no problem at all, Robert. No problem at all. And you can see you're not getting huge moves out of these, but 10. What do we get here? We entered at 86. The low is 71. So it's a 15-point move. Over here, we entered at 89. The low is 72. That's 17 points. Over here, we entered at 98. And it moved down to 79. So 19 points. So the moves, you know, they're getting smaller and smaller. Like I said, I don't love it. The first move, the second move, I like. The third one, you're kind of getting into a gray area there, you know, where I don't know if I'd take it. But this one, that third move there, the explosion that we had of volume there just made me take it. Sometimes, you know, it has to scream at you, take it. You know, take me. And you just take it. So you can do this all day long on the 1 minute chart, the 3 minute chart. It works on the ES, anything. This is a very, very simple strategy. As long as you got the proper risk to reward, which with me moving my stops and stuff, I'm skewing mine, but you really should have a solid risk to reward. We got $86 now. This is a PA account that I was trading another strategy on, a mechanical strategy, and I was using a mini, and it kind of distorted this account, so it's really taken away a lot of my drawdown on it. But we're so close to it just exploding that I'm just, you know, like I said, a chip in a chair. We'll just keep chipping away at it. If it blows, it blows. If it dies, it dies. Not a big deal, but we got we have other accounts there, so. So I mean, you could literally do this again. I mean, you know, if you wanted to. And I don't love these. This is the fourth one. I wouldn't love it. Not as much consolidation. You can see you got a lot more consolidation here. I want to see 4 or 5 candles print on the consolidation before you make the next move down. So I don't like this one as much. You literally got 3 candles of consolidation. Now it is selling, but I just don't love it as much. And you see what's going on with the WADA above the explosion. Not huge volume though. See the difference in these two? I mean, this is why I don't love this last move here. Could still be profitable, but there's a big difference in the volume in here and here, right? And so still might work. Now that's more promising right there, like that. 54 could be your target there to the downside. I don't know if we'll make it. The ES is approaching the VWAP right there. 1825 is the VWAP. It's at 1925 right now. So you would maintain a short until you see one print below the explosion line. So a pretty simple concept here. So you just stay short. As soon as you see one come down and print, so almost there, not quite there. You might have more. And again, this trade might work, but does that make this trade a good trade? Like down here, 3rd or 4th time down, it's not going to be as strong of an entry. It's not going to work as often. So that one tested the explosion line, but didn't print. Like I said, 54 could be your target here. That's the pivot. So just watching the WADA. This is all I really try to watch when I'm in a trade. I like to just watch the WADA. Man, this thing is just on a mission here. It is on a mission. Almost to the 54. And there you have it. You could still be short. A little dangerous here into the pivot, but the WADA saying you could still be short here. I mean, we are just selling. Now your explosion line's way up here now. So now you got a candle that's going to close below it. Boom, so I'd be out right there. And the skid marks had you short over here since 81. So 81 to 54 on the skid mark. Never really in the red all that much. Let the WADA be your guide. That's right. Yeah, see, I was trading this strategy before, and I never had the WADA. Now we've got the WADA, thanks to a friend of mine who is helping me out with trading and stuff, and they showed me the WADA. They're in here. Mob Barley, if he's still in here, he's in the same Discord I am. Same Discord. I would assume he's using the WADA too. The WADA Atar Explosion. I love that thing. That thing keeps me out of so many bad trades. I used to take a lot more trades. If you guys have watched me for any period of time, or if you go back and watch any of my other lives, I would end the day taking 40, 50 trades and just might end up positive, you know, some negative, some, but like there's no reason to take 50 trades. This account here has been traded quite a bit today, and we're at 14 trades. So 7 winners, 7 losers. Of course, we took 2 mechanical trades on this account this morning, and they were both losers. So that's where most of the loss came from. The other loss was this entry here that I did probably right before some of you joined. I took this $100 loser here. We got this push back up. I was trying to move my take profit, and it came up and hit my stop. I was trying to move my stop up here, but I didn't get to it. Didn't get to move it. Now we're just selling. Look at that. Just selling. Selling, selling, selling. Sell, sell, sell. $45s. Look at it go. Look at it go. Man, ES lost that VWAP, and it is just going. Now, see, another thing is you could still be short from this entry up here if you wanted to. My initial target was thinking 54, but this thing is just moving. It is just a moving. Broke out of the bottom of the channel and everything. On a mission. 4503 is going to be support there on the ES. We're back down to the 09s. Yeah, we're back down to the 09s, so 03 should be your next level of support, I believe. Let's check it. Yeah, 03, 97 to 03 must hold here in order for us to continue to the upside. Just retracing that entire move from earlier. See if the ES holds that 03 area again. It tested 97 to 03 this morning at 8:30 with the CPI data. Pushed all the way back up, retraced the entire move, and then came back and tested it once again right there about 10. We bounced out of that 03 on the ES all the way up to the high of 30, so a 27-point move up. Probably a little bit weaker of support at this point. Well, got a little more room to the downside, it looks like. So maybe a little consolidation here for the next leg down. Oh yeah, and for any of you using the WADA, I am using this on a 10-second chart. Through TradingView, which you do have to have the, I think you gotta have the premium in order to use a 10-second chart. That's what I like to watch it on. You can certainly use it on a 30-second, a 1 minute if you wanted to. It's just gonna be a little bit, it's not gonna be as in-depth to me. I like to see like smaller time frame as possible there on that. Stair steps up, elevator down. I've heard that before. I don't know who said that. It was you. I remember you saying that before. Stair steps up, elevator down. Well, we definitely stair stepped up. I mean, look at that. Doo-doop, 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 doo-doop. And then, woo. No doubt about it. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We are trying to push into 1,000 subscribers. Got quite a ways to go. We do trade live 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. Sometimes I trade the London session. Trying to work that back into my schedule. I kind of got used to not getting up at 3 a.m. 2:45 Eastern. And yeah, it's hard to break that habit once you get used to not getting up. So, which is kind of crazy. Last night I woke up at 2:30 or 2:15 and couldn't go back to sleep till about 5. So, but I did not stream. I laid in the bed wide awake. So we bounced off that 07 area on the ES, and you can see nice little push back up here. So kind of testing this pivot again here at the 54s. See if we break back into this channel. Coming up on the top of the hour here, about to be in the power hour. So maybe we get a little pullback here, a little consolidation. You can see it a little better on the 1 minute chart. You might consider a long. So let's just draw our elementary. So we want to see 4 or 5 red candles kind of print here. You want to see a decent amount of consolidation. Maybe 3 would be fine. But really, I like to see 4 or 5. And see if we break out before we get more consolidation, then it's not something I'm in love with at that point. We'll wait. At that point, we will just wait. Let's get 4 or 5 red candles, get some nice consolidation here. It's crossed over into 3 o'clock. This will give us an idea as to whether we're going to sell for the rest of the day too or not here in the next few minutes. Let's see if this A leg holds and we get a proper B leg back, or C leg up here. Feeling kind of like we may want to sell though. Continue selling down. Sellers coming in here. I don't love the volume on that pushback up, so I won't be participating if the sellers come in strong. We'll wait. Again, you know, once you get down here near the bottom, do you really want to be shorting, right? Well, the perceived bottom. We did reject this the pivot here, but on the WADA here, we kind of made a proper A leg. So this is your nice high A leg volume up, and you can see how low this B leg volume is. So we're just waiting for that C volume to come back in, and we can take a long. And if it doesn't come in, we don't take anything. And since we do have the pivot there, really, I mean, I guess you could still take the long here at 52. I don't love it just because the pivot's at 54. So I'd probably wait for the break of like 57, 58. Maybe somewhere in there. So I'd like to see a couple of more red candles kind of, or it doesn't have to be red. Let's just get a little more consolidation in here. And then we can try to get this breakout. I think I'm going to adjust this. We're going to adjust this down to just 5 handles. What is that? It's 20, right? Yeah, it's 20. So we'll just do a 1-to-1. Risk 5 to make 5. Five handles only $10 on the micros, but that's fine. When you're this close to the drawdown, you got to do what you got to do. So just waiting for this volume to come back in on the buy side on this over here on the WADA. Since we're a little further down now and I'm only looking for 5 handles, I might take it for the break of 48, 49, maybe 50. If the volume comes in here. So I'm only looking for 5 handles. Since we pushed through the pivot the first time there, it's not usually as difficult to get through there the second time. So just waiting, nothing to do yet. I like this consolidation though. We could probably move this down to here. Again, you're not going to take it just for the break of this. The WADA has to tell you, which those two things generally happen at the same time. Starts pushing up, then the WADA is probably going to start to explode there. So waiting to see if we can get this push up. Get a proper C leg. Not so far. Well, I'm not in love with that. It's pushing down a little more than we like, but let's just give it a chance. Volume's still not so high that it bothers me. What do we got? BCH in the 4-hour? Mirror? It's a big channel, or what'd you say? What's BCH stand for? I don't know. Am I missing that? All right, yeah, this sell volume is kind of coming in now. I don't love it. So we would scratch the breakout trade here. Unless we just had some crazy volume come in to the upside. But oh, crypto. Yeah, I don't trade crypto. So we have a little buy volume trying to pop in here. Like I said, this is kind of a strange looking ABC setup. That B leg's a little bit deeper than I'd like to see. So unless we just have some volume screaming, take me, then I don't know if I'm going to take it. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Helps the channel. If you are interested in trading futures, we do have a link to Topstep in the description. If you're new to Topstep, they will, if you use my link, you'll get it for $39 on your first month there. And we also have the link to APEX, 80% off. If you're interested in trading APEX, that's in the description as well. Just watching the WADA here. Like I said, we still had more room to the downside, but we did make that proper A leg up. So that's the reason we were looking for kind of that move to the upside, but we're just not getting it. So kind of the same idea here on the 1 minute chart. You got kind of this push down. You'd want to see a little bit of a push back up before your sell volume comes back in. Sales coming in now. I don't know if I want to take it though. I'm gonna wait. Sell volume came in. It's above the explosion line. I just don't love the setup. There wasn't enough consolidation here for me to love it. Like I said, I don't really love shorting down here at the perceived bottom. Of course, no one knows where the top of the bottom is, but just not in love with that. And of course, you could have, you know, drew your line there and taken the short, but with as heavy as that buy volume was back up, that just gets me to where I don't love the move down anymore. As you can see, we're bouncing there. Sellers came in above the explosion and disappeared almost just as fast. Got to make an analysis in 4 hours in BCH. Mere analysis is not my thing, man. I'm sorry. It's not my thing. And I don't know anything about crypto. So I could not point you in a direction, man. I'm sorry. If I could, I would, but I just don't. I don't know it. Don't know it. Never traded crypto. I know some people who do, who did. They may even be in the chat, but not me. Not I. Do we dare? We don't. ES still holding up there at the 4507.50 area. Still think we got a little room here to the downside. Maybe that 0403 area that Mancini was talking about. You guys can see on the WADA here, just like I said, your buys came in here a little above the explosion line, but I just didn't love it at this point. I don't love how deep we retraced, even though the volume's not horrible. In order for me to take this long, we would have to have a really big spike of volume up. I'm not really interested in a short in this area. It's just too late. We've already entered the short 2 or 3 times over here. So, don't want to enter it down here and press our luck. Yeah, I don't know what BCH is anyway. Juker wouldn't touch it with a stick. He said that's his analysis. That's his analysis. I have no clue what that is anyway. I could look it up. All right, interesting. Interesting here. Buy volume's coming in, but It's such a tough spot. I do like the longs, but I'm gonna wait for another. I'm gonna wait for another setup here. I don't want to consider this an ABC to me, just because that B leg's too deep. So I'd rather see another A leg up and then wait for the next C leg. We only trade the C leg. If you guys haven't noticed, we're only taking trades on the C leg. Bitcoin Cash. That's what that is. I'm clueless when it comes to crypto. I'm telling you. We don't mess with the cryptos. I'm not saying you can't make money, because there's a lot of things out there you can make money with, but I just don't know anything about it. I trade futures and I love futures. Trade the same thing every day. No need to search. Just trade price action and try to make good decisions. That's it. That is it. So you see that little pushback up's kind of failing there now. Well, now the buyers are trying to come back in and pump it up. I mean, this does look like a long if you had your trend line drew. You'd want to see it kind of break probably that candle at this point. If we do break over the 30s, we might can make it up to the 50s, but like I said, in my opinion, I'd like to see a push up, maybe a pullback down, test this line, and then continue higher. Apparently got a lot of orders down there at the 4505 level over there on the ES. It's at 4508 right now. All right, buyers trying to come in here. Let's just watch it and see what happens. We might participate. I don't know. Not feeling great about it, but if the volume comes in and says you must, then we must. So far, not so much. Sellers are coming back in. That sell volume's looking right now. It is just coming in strong. You don't scalp any crypto anymore, or haven't for years. Your opinion is the crypto is more of an investment or swing trading. Yeah, you're probably right. I tried to talk my buddy into some crypto maybe like 10-ish years ago. But he refused. He was like, he said it's a scam. That's what he used to always tell me. It's a scam. I said, well, it's a money-making scam if it is a scam, right? I don't think it's a scam. I mean, there's certainly some scams out there, but no matter what you do. So the ES traded back to the 45.0575. It's kind of hanging up there. All the way down to the 10s now. It's created a new little channel here that we're trading in. ES bouncing back up to the 08. All right, let's look here. Yeah. You don't mind trading scams as long as you make money. Fair enough. I like it. As long as you're in and out before the scam is over. You don't want to be caught in the scam. All right, if we get over the 25 level here strong, I may consider a long. Again, just looking for 5 handles here. This is more or less the A-leg. I don't usually trade the A-legs there. Seeing as we're pushing up off the bottom here, it might be appropriate.
Order filled.
All right, just looking for 5 handles here. Come on. Take me to it. Break even.
Stop filled.
Never fails. Never fails. To be fair, we did have a candle close below the explosion line, but then one just popped right back up above there. All right, from now on, we're risking the 5 for the 5. We're not moving the stop. So now that we're above that 25 area, now we want to kind of see a little bit longer, a little bit more of a push up, maybe 3 or 4 more handles, and then let's get some consolidation going. Create a little B leg, and then we'll make that C leg up. We'll take the C leg. I don't know if it would have hit my target or not. Where were we long from? Nah, 26.75. Didn't hit it yet. We would have needed 31.75. I think it will hit it. Maybe not, though. It's not enough push through, not enough volume right there to get going too much. And it was a little late on that entry anyway because I was waiting for it to kind of break the 25. Could have kind of taken the entry for the break of 22, but like I said, I don't normally take the A leg there. Kind of like the C leg. Volume coming back in though. ES pushing the 10s off the 05s. I mean, this volume's it's trying to kind of get a little steady going through here. Still below the VWAP. Do got the VWAP right there at the 36. So we got a VWAP at the 36. We'll mark that over here. I can't find the VWAP on this on Quantower for some reason under indicators. Still figuring things out over here on Quantower. Not super familiar with it yet. We do know how to copy trade, though. That's half the battle. So looking for a little consolidation here and then maybe get this next leg up. Volume is kind of dead though. Sellers coming in strong. Dun, 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 dun. Just waiting for the buyers to come back in here. We'll participate long. Just looking for 5 handles, so not too worried about the VWAP being up there. Should be able to get the 5 handles either way. Just watching. Looking a little roundy though. We got a couple of wicks on the bottom of the 1 minute candles though. Taking partial screwed you over, just added to your position. You trade Quantower quickly, but really didn't like it. Oh, you tried it. Yeah, this is the thing, is like, I'm not in love with it, but as far as like compared to Trade-Evate, to be honest, I haven't experienced any lag, and I love that you can trade copy across all brokers. So, right now I got APEX, Topstep, Bulenox. Who am I forgetting? APEX, Topstep, Bulenox. I guess that's all of them. Trading all of them at once. I'm trying to see if we can get this push up, get above the VWAP and get going. I'm just not seeing the volume yet that I'm looking for. Funny thing is, we're right here where we opened at. I don't know what the exact open price was, but I remember being right here at the 510 area at open. Buyers are trying to step in here, but still not quite the level I want to see. Joseph, how does it make a difference if you use Apex, Rhythmic, or Trade-Evate? Nope. If you're going to use Apex on Quantower, then I would just get the Rhythmic. It's cheaper, $33. Or Ninja. So if you plan on using it on Quantower or Ninja, it's cheaper that way. I'm going to go ahead and take the entry here. I might get burned. I'm kind of front running it a little bit. There we go. We got it. Let's see here. You need extra features. Yeah. You have to pay extra to allow copy trading. Yeah, you got to pay $25 a month. You have your own server. Just use multiple users for your different Ninja Trader. Yeah, it makes sense. Man, oh man, I blew my Topstep Express funded account today getting chopped up. Do I automatically go back to evaluation combine tomorrow? No. 7 figures. You have to sign up for another evaluation. Yeah, no problem, Joseph. Oh, appreciate that. 10 accounts. Wow. Nice. Yeah, so all you do, I cannot get this thing to go over there, but I'll show you guys over here. Let me pull up my OBS right quick. For whatever reason, I can't get this thing to move. But right here, if you click on, well, you got to click on your name, and then you would do open store. I guess the store came up over here. And then you just need the advanced features. So if you scroll down, pricing, features. And so all you need, well, goodness, why can't I find it now? That's the all-in-one, but we don't need that. Is that not what I'm looking for? Oh, where's that? Oh, you guys can't even see that. Oh, you can't even see it. But anyways, I just went over here and I just managed, and then I think I just went into the advanced features. But that's all you need. It's $25 a month. That's all you need. I don't think you guys can even see this I'm looking at. I don't know where it is anymore. Pricing? I mean, it's not the $70 one. Use a full power. Pay for the required features only. Here we go. Buy pro features apart. So this one here, 25 advanced features. Tells you everything you need. Unlimited overlays and indicators. Multiple synchro connections. $25 per month. So that's the one you need. So go to your store and then click on right here. Buy pro features apart. Or just pay the $70 if that's what you want to do. But I would just go with the 25. That's all you need. That's all you need. All right, I think maybe we got our drawdown above $100 now, I think. 94, not quite. Not quite. Just trying to grind it up with 1 micro. We are green today if you guys didn't join us earlier. If you didn't see the morning stream. We do stream 5 days a week. 9:15 a.m. So if you weren't here in the morning, we're green over here. This is my express funded account through Topstep. $195 on this account. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Can you? I think so. Can, whatever reason. I'm trying to put it right there. There we go. So up 195 on this account. And on the Quan Tower, we copy traded this morning on Quan Tower across like 6 or 7 accounts. I think 7 accounts. So we're at 410 on these Topstep evaluations. That's an old APEX. 115 on this APEX challenge, and then I got my 3 Bulenoxes. 115 on each Bulenox. Right there. And then the Topsteps are all down here. We got 3 Topstep evaluations. We're at 410 on each of those. So, trading all these at one time using the trade copier. That's what I like about Quan Tower, really. Didn't have a trade copier, I may not use it, but I like the trade copier only being $25. Yeah, I like the Green Day. Thanks, 7 figures. Could have had more, should have had more. That's always the theme, right? All right, we're pushing above that VWAP there. Kind of pushed above there nicely. ES still kind of basing below the VWAP. Look at her go. Approaching the pivot point there at the 54s. Kind of rejected this area earlier. So let's kind of see what happens here. Coming in, got 330 right here. So coming into DGen time. DGen. Gamblers are us. How many gamblers we got in the chat? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I'm a gambler by nature, I confess. So this breakout worked nicely. The problem I have with this breakout, I mean, look at the volume. I mean, look at this volume back here, how high it is. Look at this volume on this move up. Just nothing clear. This is where we took that long at earlier, and I took it before we even got above the explosion line, but just not a lot of volume on this little grind move up. Juker's gambled on some evals, but you never gambled online casino. Oh, yeah. Well, I play poker, so I do go to the casino. I haven't been in a while, but in the next few weeks, we're going to be getting back into it. Been to Vegas like maybe 20-ish times or so. We don't ever gamble. Like, I don't gamble as far as like slots or anything like that. I just play poker. I don't want to play a game to where where the house has the EV, where I'm negative EV. I like playing against another person. We'll take the other person's money instead of the casino's money. Although I do have a thing for roulette. I like doing the roulette and just doing like, red, black. Throw down $100. See if it hits. If it hits, I walk away. Come back the next day. Throw down another 100. See, I entered the casino. Say I enter with $1,000. I already expect to go home with $0. So lets me play a little more free when I'm playing poker. We don't really care about the money. I don't want to go home with $0, but if it happens, it happens, right? I don't ever go in there with, money I can't afford to lose, obviously. So getting a little consolidation here below the pivot to 54. Might be a decent area to look for another little breakout above the pivot there. Let's put our elementary line on here. So maybe we'll get 2, 3, 4 more candles below the pivot here, and then we can take the long once we break the pivot. That'd be the idea. You never seen the fun in gambling online when you know that you're expected to lose. Hey, you're always expected to lose. I used to play poker online a long time ago. I haven't played since it's not regulated. And obviously I'm in Georgia. And you can't... It's not legal here. You can play on a couple of sites, but they're not regulated. And so I don't trust it. I lost quite a bit of money back in, 2010 or 2009. I don't remember what year it was exactly. It might have been 11. When Black Friday came and they shut down all the online poker sites. I was pretty much playing poker nearly full time back then. I think I had like $17,000 in my poker account when they shut it down, and I never got that money. But to be fair, I started with $500, and I won a poker tournament for $62,000. And actually, I didn't win. I cashed for $62K. I took most of the money off and then left some on there. But yeah, it was $17,000 in that account, and they said that eventually they would liquidate it and I'd get the money. Has never happened. I'm assuming that money is never coming. I was using Absolute Poker. That was the name of the website that I used back in the day. I don't believe I'll ever see the money. Assuming since it's been, you know, I don't know, 14, 15 years. And that's the risk you run. That's why I don't trade online anymore, because, or not trade. That's why I don't play poker online anymore, because of that. Don't trust it if it's not regulated. It's not regulated. And I don't know if I'll ever, I don't know if it'll ever really truly be regulated in Georgia. If it'll ever be legal, if you will. Don't know that'll happen. It's one of the most conservative states here in the United States. So it's trying to break out here. I'm just watching the WADA. If we get above the explosion line, we may participate. I don't like longing into the pivot, but since we traded through it once there, I think we could get through there the second time here. And again, we're just risking 5 to get 5. You actually went to Vegas last summer in July, I believe. Last time I went. Left a winner. I think I was up about $2,200 or $2,300. I think I was there for four days, maybe. We drove over to where did we drive over to? It wasn't Los Angeles. We drove over and watched the Angels play the Dodgers, but it was in the Angel Stadium. I'm not sure what city that is. Can't remember. And I went to LA in January this past year to see the Georgia Bulldogs play TCU in the national title game. So that was amazing. A lot of fun. Anaheim. That's where the Angels are. Anaheim, California. Yeah. It's actually my first 2 times out there in California. Wasn't too impressed. Sorry if anybody's from California. Anaheim was nice, but LA, oof. No, thank you. It's waiting on this buy volume to come in here.
Order filled.
Yeah, we're going to take it. You're going to get the 5 or stopped out for 5. Let's see what happens. We're above the explosion line now. We do have the pivot there at 54, so like I said, I don't love longing into the pivot, but I think we can get through there. Come on now. Literally 2 printed above the explosion and then they just went away. Did I just take it off? And we'll give it a second. We'll give it a second. It's only $10, so. No! Come on, buyers, where you at? Couldn't do it.
Stop filled.
Stopped out. That's all right. It failed. It failed. So we had two candles print above the explosion line there, but the explosion line is low since you dirty dog.
Order filled.
I guess we're glutton for punishment here. Come on now. I'm going to move it down a little bit, but I'm not going to let it get there. I'm just watching the explosion, watching the WADA here. I want to see these buyers come in here strong. Not really very much to speak of right now. If I see a red candle, then I'm just going to close it. Womp womp. They failed. That's all right. Gave a little back there. Got about 10 minutes to degen time over here. So gave $18 back there. 18. Oh, is that $20? What? This is a little early to the party there, I guess. ES right there at the VWAP. That could be kind of what's holding us up too. Trying to push above the pivot there. Just watching. Volume is just not high enough to do anything yet. Already knew that. Faked me out twice. That's going to happen sometimes. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. If you're new here, please subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Helps the channel. We do appreciate it. Really got to get the ES above that VWAP to get going. Got the degen in 7 minutes. The 50 algorithm, or whatever you want to call it. Murder bot, I don't know what everybody calls it. We call it degen. ES just holding up right there at the VWAP. Can't get above it. That's what's holding us down here. So maybe kind of turn this into support. Maybe we can get through there. This happens to be right where kind of the VWAP is. VWAP's right there at the 38 area now. I guess 36. $36. Just about 5 minutes from the degen. Just I don't know if we're gonna get this move to the upside. I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know because if the ES does not break, I'm not loving the look of this now, right? Kind of losing that channel there. Got something similar going on there on the ES as well. You do got the VWAP there, though. It's kind of the saving grace for now. If we lose the VWAP, then we may consider a short. So below 36, maybe below 30 strong. So maybe get a nice A leg down, a little B leg, test the bottom of the VWAP, sell down. If we hold the VWAP, same kind of look here. You just move your line up. Buyers trying to pop in here. Let's see. Ready for the degen. Yes, Dylan, we are ready. Dylan, we are ready. We might degen long right here. Watching that ES, see if it gets above that VWAP right there at the 17s. Gets above that VWAP, we can get going. All right, been burned twice on this long already, so I don't know if we're down for a third time. We might be. Did bounce right off the VWAP there nicely. Let's let it make a little A leg up here, and then we'll wait for C. I'd like to get above that pivot, though. Let's get above pivot, turn that into support, and let's rock. Let's go higher. You can barely hear me? Oh, let me see. Volume. That's my headphones. Where's the other thing? What about now? Is that any better? Let me check my volume. Hello? 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 Should be louder now. You're long on the ES. I think if it breaks out above that VWAP there, then it should be good to go. I can turn the mic up a little more. I think that's about as high as I can turn it up. Okay, cool. Oh, goodness. I hate taking this trade in the same spot again, though. So just trying to wait, see if the ES can break through that VWAP there. We got 1 minute. 1 minute until degen. Okay, good. Yeah, I had it turned down. I just don't want you guys to hear me breathing. My girlfriend's son tells me, he said, I can't stand to hear you breathe into the mic. So we try to avoid that if we can. Dylan, I didn't know you watched Thomas the Train. Only Dylan's going to get that. Only Dylan. All right, just a few seconds here, so let's just wait. Might get a burst here to the upside at the degen. Could be to the downside, who knows. And there it is. Just waiting to see if we break out. Testing that VWAP one more time. Thomas the Tank Engine. Where are the buyers? Oh. All right, we're long. Let's see what happens. We're going to risk to the bottom of this candle. Let's take it at 56. We'll take a little more. 56.50. See if we can get this push. Get back some of the losers that we had right there. Possibly. Gotta get the ES above that VWAP. Trying to give it a minute here to see if it gets going. Comes some buyers. We need more than that, though. We need more. All right, that looks a little better. Let's get above that pivot, 54. Trying to give it some room here, but the buyers are not showing up yet. We might kill it here. Let's see what happens. I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to move that stop a little bit below the VWAP there. See these buyers come in here and push this on up. Let's see if this thing can go. The ES is just holding below the VWAP there. That's not a good look. I don't know if I want to hold it. Let's see. No.
Order filled.
So gave back a little more there. It is what it is. What can you do? Down to 55 now. You know what that means? Time to full port. Losing the 21 on the 1 minute. Yeah, it's got the holding that 20 on the 3 minute though on the ES there. I think if it can just pop that VWAP, you guys are stuck at the VWAP there. I don't think you use the VWAP. And there's the VWAP, and it's just stuck below it. There is the VWAP. Just not wanting to go. Not wanting to go. Maybe that 55 will take it through there. I mean, just... we were doing pretty decent. We gave back some right there, like $30. Maybe 35, yeah. 35. Sellers coming in here. It's not looking good. Not looking good for the longs. As long as it can hold the VWAP, though, on the Nasdaq, we're okay, but... getting a little push here. Got that next little 55 algorithm kicking in a minute. Kicked in, selling down, retesting the VWAP once more. ES trying to push. We get that ES above that VWAP there, we can get going. We can have a little push at the end of the day. Just watching here. Trying to be patient. I probably should wait until we break through this 55 area. 54 has been a stone wall so far. All right, we're taking this. It might fail us. See if we can move into 60 maybe. All right, we're full ported long here. Two micros, full port. Got to see the buyers come in for a push at the end of the day here. All right, some buyers stepping up now. Take me to 60 at least. Come on, get through that pivot. ES is above the VWAP now. ES up to the 19.
Order filled.
All right, looking good. Gonna lock in some here on this last one. You got it. Come on. You better not one tick me. Come on, you got it. And give it some room, I guess. Like it one ticked me there. Come on, buyers, where you at? You got more. No. You got more. You got more. Come on. All right, we're just going to take it off right there for a little something. Just going to take it off right there. All right, back to 80 bucks. Oh, nickel and diming over here. Nickel and diming. It didn't get me yet. It probably will, but oh well. You're probably right, Dylan, but coming into that last minute here. So do we have PPI tomorrow? I didn't think there was any more news this week. Let me check that. All right, coming into the last minute here. The last minute. I guess there is PPI. Well, core retail sales, initial jobless claims, and PPI. 8:30 again. Oh. Nice. I didn't notice that. All right, coming into the last minute here. Let's see what happens. We're going to wait, and we may try to participate for whatever the last dash is. Like to wait for watch the 1 minute here. If it turns green, then we'll take a long. Coming into the last 10 seconds.
Order filled.
Well, stopped out just as quickly as we took it. Probably waited a little too long. It pushed up off the 45 there, and I waited all the way to the 50 something to get into it. So that's okay. Ended up $70 in the drawdown left. So I guess I'll stream tomorrow early too, maybe. Now it's pushing. Maybe we'll send an eval tomorrow, one of the Topsteps. Or we might buy a Bulenox or something. We'll see. Pushing now. Wow. Looking good. I assume you got filled there at the 20, Dylan, maybe? Or I don't know if your target was the 21. All the way up into the 66. I mean, this is what we were looking for earlier. Just got chopped up so many times trying to get that. I think I took 5 or 6 entries there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries trying to get that breakout. Almost got you at the 21. All right, cool. That one had you sweating a little bit, though. Sweating just a little bit. All right, guys, I guess we'll be live at 8:15 in the morning. We'll go ahead and try to trade the PPI. We caught a little $200 winner this morning on the CPI. Nothing crazy. But so we are ending up the day green. I think we're up around $1,200 across 3 top steps, $100 on an APEX, and then $600 on the 3 funded accounts. 600, is that right? No, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. 345 for 545 on the other 4 funded accounts, and then this one's down 229. So still into the day green, so it was a good day. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. We do go live 5 days a week. And we will see you guys live tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. Thanks for watching.